Namaste and good morning. This is a very beautiful morning again. Birds are chirping in this nice, luscious greenery of nature, earth. And this morning we're so blessed again to be in the company of Surya Narayan. Let's pray adorations to him. Om Dhyana Moolam Guru Murti Puja Moolam Guru Param Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Oh, what a beautiful morning. You know, in our scriptures, there is always that when God incarnates himself, like in the Ramayana, Lord Rama came because there was Ravan. So he had to come because he's such a powerful person, Ravan. The Lord had to come and to set things right. And he had fought with Ravan, and at the end of that, the drama plays itself out, the Leela, and we had the victory. And the Bhagwan Sri Ram and Mother Sita returned to their original position of Vishnu Bhagwan and Lakshmi Ma. So this morning, we are looking again in the coming of Bhagwan Sri Krishna. There was Kansa and later on the Kaurava brothers, and he would have removed them and then set the world again. To a lower level, this drama is playing itself out all the time, but we don't see it as that. Because imagine if there was no Derek Chauvin, there would have not been a George Floyd. That's on a mundane plane. We can't equate that the same thing as God coming down. And so many of us all of us will die. But then look at that, how an ordinary person was lifted to like an idealistic level. So the thing is that what I'm trying to say is that when we understand the workings of creation and the divine will in this manner, then we have to know nothing to worry about. Remember, this earthly plane is such a minute existence of manifestation of consciousness creation in comparison to consciousness. So if we dwell on this plane alone, then we'll find suffering. But we lift ourselves up. Bhagavad Gita said, ask not what is your right, but ask what is your duty. Krishna Bhagwan laid that out. John F. Kennedy says, ask not what the country can do for you, but what you can do for the country. I can remember coming here in the early 1972, and I worked hard and I was successful and everything. And so that so many people coming afterwards, they didn't have to work, elderly people from all over the world, and they come and get the benefit of the country, America. Should I be disturbed about that? No, my duty was to serve, and they will be beneficiaries. There's a sloka I want to bring in this morning from Bhagavad Gita. We can wrap this all up. Sreyo hi jnanam abhyasaj jnanat jnanan vishishyate dhyanat karma phala tyagas tyagakshantiranantaram. Hey Arjuna, Krishna Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, hey, Sreya hi jnanam abhyasach. Yes, practice worshipping me, but better than that, know why you worshiping me. Know that I'm the manifestation of consciousness. I have both in me, the manifested and the unmanifested. And then he says, know that. And he says, when you're done, contemplate on how the greatness of my creation and me taking a form. And then when you do that, you serve the world. And how a beautiful thing this is. That when we come to this stage, that when we want to serve the world, it's so important. That Swami Parameshananda ji, that we worship him as God, because he's manifestation of consciousness too. This is a conviction that I have, and all of us should have this conviction of the God we worship, whether we are Buddhists or Christians or Hindus. We should all have this conviction that the Buddhist should say the Buddha is a manifestation of consciousness. He lifted himself up to that state. Christ came, and if Christ didn't sacrifice his body, then Christianity would not have existed. So we see this Leela going on all the time. Well, coming back, Swami Parameshananda ji, when he had established the ashram and he's coming to a good closure, one of the monks, he was having meditation. When he's doing meditation, he saw the gods and goddesses showering flowers to Swami Parameshananda ji. And one night meditation, second night same thing. So he told his brother monks, and they said, oh, well, that is so, let us go and tell Swami Parameshananda ji that we should worship him. And they told Swami Parameshananda ji. And he says, okay, you want to worship me, you've come to have the conviction that I'm God, start worship me. And he would have sat on the altar replacing the Om, which is the most sacred form in Hinduism, and they will worship him. But there is something that is so beautiful, because we're in the mandir this morning, and each one of the elements that are here, they correspond to our senses. For instance, the water is taste, the sun is sight, the air is touch, space is hearing, sound, and ear is a touch, right? And the earth is smell. Okay, so we got that. So when we do our arti, we're using items of this nature, that each one of this element, because these 5 elements, when they're converted through the 5 senses and go to the brain, that becomes the mind. So when we use this item and we do our arti, our worship, because devotion is worship, it is necessary in every religion. In any religion, Christianity, you go and you break the bread and you drink of the wine, and Christ is saying, they take this as my body. So in Hinduism, we have the same thing also. So when we do arti, when I go back now, I'll do that arti, because I have to sustain the spiritual life. And the sustenance is through the worship, devotion. And as you see, the sloka says, it's surrendering the mind, because when you do meditation, you're surrendering the mind. And when you do seva, you're doing selfless service, again, surrendering the mind. And this is so beautiful, that when we have this understanding that everything in our mandir here is a gateway to our liberation by act of surrender to the spiritual masters, because we know him. The spiritual masters are the embodiment of both consciousness and also manifestation. So are we. But we have to do, and we have to get the grace of the spiritual master guru. Today I'm asking for Swami Parameshananda ji grace. Continue to sustain me and help me to rediscover, oh Guruji, that I am just like you. I am the manifestation of consciousness, and consciousness is supporting me. Help me to remove the layers through the act of my worshipping you through the arti. Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. Blessings to all of you. Let us do chant this mantra. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namaha. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namaha. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namaha. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Nama. And you chant this mantra and it will be a bridge. And devotees, don't be confused, don't be disturbed by what is happening in this mundane existence. Lift yourself up to the place of consciousness and become that conscious observer of what's going on. Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om.